G'day.
G'day.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for joining us.
We are about to tackle the last leg of this epic trip across the air highway.
All the way into WA and beyond.
Yep. From Eucla out to Norseman, and on the way we pick up Fraser Range Station.
Oh yeah.
To kick off our WA road trip. So come and join us as we share with you this amazing adventure. Here we are at the SA-WA border. All right, next stop, Eucla. Let's go.
Well, I must admit, Paul, that checkpoint experience was a lot less than what I expected. So we were free to cross into WA, and here we are on our way to Eucla, our very first stop in WA.
Eucla is only about 15 kilometres from the border. Time for fuel and hopefully a caravan site for the night. Fuel was sitting at $2.29 a litre, which has been about the average along the air highway.
Fun fact, Eucla runs on its own unofficial time zone, 45 minutes ahead of the rest of Western Australia.
The Eucla township has a population of less than 50 people, so you can imagine it's pretty quiet out here. The drive from the roadhouse to the caravan park, it's only about 500 metres.
It's small, but it has everything you need.
We've called into the Eucla caravan park for the night. $35 for a powered site. There's no water. There is a bit of a camp kitchen here which has a sink in it with cold tap water available. It doesn't say it's not drinking water, so I'm assuming it is. They've got toilets and showers here. Very nicely presented toilets and showers. And laundry, $6 a load for a bit of washing. We haven't done any washing coming across the Nullarbor because we haven't really had time or been in places where you can get it done. Tell you, the flies are starting to get a bit thick again.
Nice communal fire pit, but we headed out for dinner.
So there's a bit of a path from the campground across to the bar and restaurant area here at Eucla. We've heard good reports about the meals here, so we're looking forward to testing that out.
Let's be honest, Paul, Eucla is the roadhouse, the motel, the restaurant and the bar, and that's what we're walking to, just this one complex.
There's not much to the town.
No, there isn't. Mind you, it's a very nice complex with this garden area and pool. The hotel part has a nice bar area, a cafe with a few basic groceries and supplies.
And a separate restaurant area.
What are you having for dinner, Paul?
Palmy.
Out here in the middle of nowhere in Eucla, and you're having a palmy? Serious?
Yep, we've got them on the menu.
Yeah. I'm having a pork stir fry.
With rice instead of noodles.
I know. Yeah, it makes it gluten free, apparently.
I must admit, this restaurant is really nice for such a remote location. And the menu is pretty good too. Good variety of options. While we were waiting for dinner, we made the most of the crayons they left on the table for the kids. Looks all right.
I know. Pork stir fry with rice. Yum, yum, yum. Yours looks interesting.
Palmy. My first WA palmy, and it was a beauty. A perfect way to kick off our first night in Western Australia.
The next morning we headed down to check out the ruins of the old telegraph station and the Eucla jetty. Only a 5-minute drive from the park.
We come looking for the ruins of the telegraph station, but it wasn't where Google directed us to. So fortunately there was people here, and we asked them and they were able to point it out to us.
Oh, look for the big tree.
Yeah. It's off in a different sort of direction. There's not much of it left. Anyway, we'll go and have a look. Oh, look at that big black snake over there.
Yeah.
Just going up the hill.
I don't even have my snake bite.
You can see what they mean about the sand reclaiming this building. Eventually it'll completely disappear, I suppose. Although this building isn't the telegraph station itself, it's the old postmaster's residence.
Posts.
But it just shows you got to be mindful of snakes all the time. I must admit, I didn't think about snakes here on the beach, but having seen that one, I think, yeah, you just got to be really careful out here.
We're heading now from the ruins down to, we hope there's the beach, where apparently there is a jetty. That used to be quite a busy jetty once upon a time. So we've left the sand dunes now and we are walking along some really compacted sand. Paul has the map out, which is taking us to the old jetty. Might be interesting to look at. And then our first WA beach. Wow. The colours are straight out of a painting. White sand, turquoise water, and that deep blue sky. Absolutely stunning.
There's not much left of the old jetty now, but what a picture. Hard to believe this lonely stretch of timber was once the lifeline for this whole region.
So the Eucla jetty was built in 1887 to support the nearby telegraph station. Ships once brought supplies and took away wool and sandalwood from this place. Today, it's slowly being reclaimed by the sea, a quiet reminder of life on the edge of nowhere.
It's amazing to think just how remote it must have been back then. No bitumen, no roadhouses, just camel trains and the ocean.
In about 1 kilometre, take a right onto the track.
That's it, that's the best they got for us.
Take a ride along the track.
In about 1 kilometre. Well, one handy use for the drone, finding our way back to the car. With it, we're able to see where the car was and work out the best way to get back to it. We reckon that the jetty and the old telegraph station are definitely worth a visit. There's actually even a free camp down there. So I called into Madura to top up the fuel, but unfortunately they don't have any diesel here at the moment, so we couldn't get fuel. But we have pulled off to the side here and grabbed a bite to eat, so warmed up a bit of lunch and before heading off. Interesting, Madura here is one of those holes for the longest golf course across the Nullarbor. Not that we did it this time, but anyway, one of the holes is here right in the middle of the fuel station. So very interesting seeing people teeing off from inside or right on the edge of the fuel station here. But it's a nice spot. Weather's beautiful. It's, I think it's about 21, 22 degrees, bit of a breeze. So perfect spot to stop for lunch today. Fuel wasn't going to be an issue. From Eucla to Cocobiddy, it's less than 300 kilometres. And even if we had to go out to Caiguna, it's still only 350. Well, we've stopped at Cocobiddy for fuel, $2.30 a litre, so still not as the most expensive one by any means. As I said, there was no fuel back in Madura. Here at Cocobiddy, there's a story of 2 eagles that were hit or something, injured by the cars, and they've been rehabilitated here and in the cage here. So I'll go over and have a bit of a look. But this is an interesting place. You can camp here as well. We're not going to stop here, then we're going to go a bit further to Caiguna. But you can camp here for the night. It's got a bar and a restaurant here, as well as the campground behind the roadhouse. There's nothing else around here, just that. And one of the holes for the Nullarbor Links golf course. Got a bit of a picnic area and playground. I don't know if it'll be well used or not. The scenery doesn't change much out here. Flat, endless, and strangely hypnotic. Those roadhouses become a welcome sight, like little dots of life in the desert. Oh, we've called into Caiguna, and hopefully we can get a site for the night. We've got the campground at the back, like the roadhouses usually do.
You find the basics here, a few groceries, snack. Just don't rely on restocking your pantry out here.
Yep, this will do us for the night. Well, we've just spent a very peaceful night at the Caiguna Roadhouse. There's a heap of sites here with power poles. It's $40 a night for power hookup, no water hookup. And as many flies as you want. But the Roadhouse has meals and has a bar, obviously fuel, and it's got showers and toilets. There's very limited water here. In the showers you can get water. There's a tap in the sink, but they continually put signs up all over the place asking you not to take water. Don't fill your van up with the water and that, because it's pretty scarce out here. I'm assuming they truck it in or something, or might be relying on rainwater, whatever. Anyway, the thing is, there's not much water out here, so you've got to be really careful with it. The showers, went and had a shower here this morning, $2, and she said there was so much water she turned it off, didn't even use it all. So other places like runs out after a couple of minutes. But the toilets and showers are very clean and neat, well presented. One of the things I've noticed about this trip is that the roadhouses along the air highway, many of them are just the roadhouse. There's nothing else here, so it's just an isolated roadhouse. So basically you go like, well, it must be about 600 or 800 kilometres, maybe even more. We just travel on the road, and every few hundred kilometres or a couple of hundred kilometres, there's a roadhouse, but that's it. So there's no community, nothing. So they must have to truck stuff in along the way. I mean, you wouldn't go shopping anywhere. And so they obviously get deliveries here. So that's really interesting. I thought that a lot of the places, like where we are here in Caiguna, I thought I might be a little town or something, but no, it's just the roadhouse. Cocobiddy was the same, was just the roadhouse. Madura, same thing again. So it's really interesting to see these little places that are just the roadhouse and nothing else. Fascinating.
Caiguna marks the start of Australia's longest straight stretch of road, called the 90-mile straight. That's 146.6 kilometres without a single bend. Just up the road is the famous Caiguna blowhole, but not your usual kind. This one breathes air, not water.
Yep, it's part of a massive network of underground caverns, and when the pressure changes, the air can blast out at over 70 kilometres an hour. This one was pretty shallow.
Thanks.
I reckon I could have actually stood up in it.
Can you feel it?
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah, coming out of the hole is quite cool. It feels almost like an air conditioner. Tell you what, I don't know if it's always that cool, but if you're travelling along the Nullarbor and you're feeling a bit warm, maybe check it out.
It needs to chill out a bit.
Yeah.
Not only is this a long, straight stretch of road, there's nothing out here. To be driving so far and seeing nothing is just amazing.
We had to put the drone up for this one. Seeing that ribbon of road cutting through the landscape, stretching all the way to the horizon. It really makes you feel small out here.
It really looks like it just goes on forever.
So here we are at what's called the Baxter Designated Rest Area. And would you believe there's a dump point out in the middle of nowhere? And a toilet? There's no water, is there, Paul?
No.
There's no water, so you can't rinse out your cassette, but hey, at least you can empty it.
The dump point itself is not the most pleasant.
Okay.
Because there's no water to wash anything away.
Oh, yuck. Glad that's not my job.
Then, as you drive around a bit further, there's a rest area here with picnic tables and spaces for vans. The 90-mile straight goes all the way from Caiguna out to Balladonia. Balladonia itself is an interesting stop. Again, it's just a roadhouse and a campground at the back, but they also have a museum that's definitely worth a look. It seems to capture the history of the area, life out here over the years.
And the day Skylab fell to the earth in 1979. They've even got some of the wreckage on display.
Definitely worth a visit. Fuel, food and education. But our destination for the night was Fraser Range Station. It's well signed along the road from a few kilometres out. And then from the turn off, it's about a 2-kilometre drive on a well-made dirt driveway. For the caravan sites, there's no need to book. Apparently you just turn up and go up to the office and check in. Alright, for our final night on the air highway across from Port Augusta to Western Australia, we called into Fraser Range Station. Highly recommended to us by Yvonne back at Caiguna. Looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, apparently it was closed for COVID, Paul, and they only opened up again since last November. So that's pretty cool.
But it gets really good reviews, so we're really keen to come and check this out. They've obviously put a lot of effort into this place, and it's a well laid out park with good sized sites. You really don't feel like you're on top of each other. Fraser Range has a bar that opens at 5, and a restaurant where you get a set meal, $45. But the meals apparently are huge. So we've only ordered one, but we're going to share it. Apparently it's that big. Anyway, that goes on at 6. So we're heading over there now. Check it out.
Mind you, this camp kitchen looks pretty inviting too.
Not tonight. We got dinner booked.
This was one meal and we split it. Look at the size of the meal.
And then, on the off chance you're still hungry, there's dessert. Fraser Range is definitely worth a visit. It's a beautiful spot out here. You've got powered sites, $40 for the night. No water hookup, but there's plenty of water here. Showers aren't timed or don't cost anything. Got a washing machine, all that sort of gear. So you still need, if you want water in your van, you've got to bring it in with you. There's 4 different walks that you can go on the property here. Each one varies in difficulty. I've gone with the easiest one, but it's still a 2-hour walk, 6 kilometres. So I thought that'd be enough, get a bit of the feel of the place and have a look around here. There's a track, it looks like an old 4-wheel drive track that you follow. Well, the start of it is anyway. It's about, must be 18 to 20 degrees at the moment. There's a really nice breeze blowing, which might be messing up the audio on the video, but I tell you what, I appreciate it. It's nice and breeze, keeping the flies off me a bit. So it's a very comfortable walk. And this one, it's not too up and down. You do have the option of going on the summit walk while you're doing this walk, but I probably won't do that. Let me tell you about Fraser Range. So Fraser Range is a station that is about 3 hours from Caiguna. I think it's about 3.5 hours down to Esperance from here. It's about 100 k's east of Norseman. And you get powered sites here for $40 for the night. No water hookup, but there is water, drinking water available here at the park, but you can't top up your van with it or anything. So if you want water in the van, you've got to bring it in with you. They have unpowered sites. I don't know how much they are, but you can get an unpowered site here too. One of the highlights here are the meals that they have. $45, and it was a huge meal. We actually shared one and still left with full bellies. So no palmy, but anyway, compromises you make along the way. You've got beautiful amenities here. The showers, you don't pay extra for them. So like, you know, all the roadhouses, you've got to put $2 or $1 in for 5 minutes of water. Here it's not timed or whatever. Obviously you still need to be careful with water out here, but it's yeah, it's not policed like it is in those other places. They've got laundry, washing machines, camp kitchen, fire pit area. They even have a dump point here. So we were going to stay for one night and then make our way further, but we've decided just to stay here for the 2 nights because it's a nice place to rest after the long trip across the Nullarbor on the air highway. So yeah, that's been good. Anyway, I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of this walk. The track so far has been well signed and reasonably level. It's just gone, there's a bit of an incline now, not much, but a bit of a rise up here. Also the track definition seems to fade a bit here, but it's still pretty obvious where you're going. I mean, if I don't hit another signpost shortly, I might get worried, but at the moment I'm not concerned. There we go. I found a track. All right, I know I'm on the right path now. And just for a bit of reassurance, here's the signpost. All right, here we are back at the turn down to the camp between these hills, and as a bonus, it's actually downhill. Very nice. I was worried that was going to be a bit more uphillish, but no, downhill back into the campground. Perfect. So by the time I get back to the caravan, it's probably be about 1 hour and 3/4 all up for the walk, so it's not bad. Just in time for lunch. And it was a good opportunity to put my feet up for a well-earned afternoon rest. Dinner was so good last night, we've decided to go back again. $40 tonight, lamb roast. How can you go wrong with that, honestly? Again, we ordered one meal because I said the meals are so big, but we're going to share it like we did last night. I can't get over how big that meal was. Even when we split it, it was still a decent meal. And this is why you share. Look at the size of this meal, honestly.
Smells good.
Just spent a couple of nights here at Fraser Range. Very pleasant nights, I must say. Great little stop on the way through.
Yep.
So pretty much finishes our crossing of the air highway from Port Augusta into Western Australia.
Yeah.
But for now we're heading into Norseman. Apparently there's a nice little cafe in Norseman, so I thought we'd go and check that out. About an hour up the road from Fraser Range is the tiny little mining town of Norseman. There's not much to it. It's an interesting little streetscape here. We've got fuel here. It seems to be reasonably priced for being on the road here. Going to go and try out the Full Moon Cafe and maybe get a bite to eat for morning tea or brunch.
I think it'd be brunch.
Brunch, is it? Yeah, so we'll go and check that out and see what it's like. Better get off the road, there's a car coming. I don't want to get run over. The Full Moon Cafe in Norseman deserves a quick shout out. Reckon we might be stopping here again on the way back.
All right, next stop, Esperance. Well, Paul, what a great way to wrap up our adventure across the Nullarbor.
Yep, what a fantastic journey.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
But it doesn't stop there. Now that we're getting off the air highway, we're going to head down to Esperance and kick off a whole new adventure, checking out the southwest of Western Australia.
Yep. Oh my goodness. How exciting. So many more places
That's it.
we haven't been to.
So hopefully you can come and join us as we continue to explore this amazing part of the country.
And it is amazing, Paul.
Thanks for stopping by.
Bye for now.
Bye.